Hi everyone! It's the start of a new year and there are a ton of things to do. So I appreciate vlogs that share lists that I could just go through and tick things off one by one. So let us do one for you by sharing our business checklist for starting the year right.
But before that, for those who are new to this channel, I'm EJ,
And I'm Ginger.
and we're content creators and startup business owners who love sharing our experiences on personal finance, investing, business, marriage, and parenthood. So, we've prepared this business checklist of things that you have to do at the start of the year if you have a Philippine based business, or if you are a registered professional like a doctor, architect, a freelancer, a content creator, or a consultant, an online seller, etc. We'll be sharing this checklist in our social media channels, so please follow at Mommy Ginger on Facebook and at Ginger Arboleda on Instagram. Okay, so let's go over the list.
We are not licensed financial advisors or accountants. What we share here is all based on our personal experiences.
The first one is basically to go through the list of all of your clients you worked with in the past year, contact those who owe you money, and if applicable, to collect the tax withheld forms. The payments that you have yet to receive are called your receivables. Now, some of your Philippine-based clients, they will probably withhold a certain percentage of the payment. This is called withholding taxes. They remit these taxes in advance to the government and you have to pay whatever's remaining. As proof that they paid these taxes to the BIR, they will give you their supplier a 2307 form, which you will in turn use as tax credits for your income taxes. Remember that they do not file for you. You still have to file on your own taxes, and you just have to indicate that there is a certain amount that has already been withheld. Anyway, we'll get to the government stuff later on.
So, next is to organize receipts and supporting documents. What we do is place all of our receipts in a brown envelope, and as we get the receipt, we encode it into Taxumo and then keep it inside the envelope. In the past, we'd usually do this when we're nearing the annual income tax deadline on April, which of course means it's usually too late and we can't encode any more expenses to get that tax due down. So avoid that and start inputting all those expenses this month.
When you have a business that sells goods, this is the time to check and reconcile inventory. This means manually counting your stocks and updating your inventory records. It's good to have a clear grasp of losses, if any, and see how much value you still have in storage. If you record this regularly and review those figures, you may also even figure out that you don't need as much stock in storage to sustain your business, which could mean savings for you.
Another thing is to reconcile bank accounts and credit cards. So for us, this usually means that all the expenses made via debit card for our bank accounts and credit card are all recorded in our expense management system. So we should have a clear picture of how much is our real remaining working capital, which if you do some quick math, is basically the total cash in bank less any short-term liabilities that you may have, i.e. credit card bills.
Yeah, so next is to review all accounts payable, including the ones that are due later on this year. So you have to understand how much more you have to set aside in the remaining months to pay these later payables. This usually includes balloon payments if you're buying your own place, tuition fees, and insurance premiums.
Next, we go through all the government stuff. Yup, the fun stuff. First is to update and write all entries in your books of accounts. Make sure you finish writing until the last transaction of 2022. Honestly, this is so boring. So boring. So what I do is I just write about 10 entries per day and I figure out how many days it's gonna take me to finish everything. I usually target about a couple of weeks for this. If 10 entries per day isn't enough to finish in 2 weeks, I may need to enter more, but having a daily target of writing a few entries instead of a big target of writing everything is just more manageable for my ADHD brain.
Next is to make sure that all taxes for the year have been paid, especially income taxes for the first 3 quarters, because a lot of people think this is just an annual thing. So, and VAT as well, or percentage taxes, and if applicable, that any attachments have been filed. These tax filings will also be needed for renewing your business. If you're a Filipino taxpayer and are using Taxumo, it's as easy as looking at your tax dues tab and checking if there are any items that are still red.
So, a side note to the employees watching this, if you are earning purely from employment and you changed jobs last year, you have to file your own income taxes, okay? A lot of people don't realize this and just are shocked Pikachu face when they receive a knock from their favorite bureau.
Speaking of our favorite bureau, don't forget to pay the 500 peso BIR renewal fee. Personally, I use Taxumo because it's just one click. I'm also able to pay via different payment channels, and I hear they're coming out with a buy now, pay later payment option. Buy now, pay later for my taxes? Yes, please.
If you're a company that needs to pay compensation taxes, don't forget to issue the Form 2316s to your employees. Also, don't forget to file the Form 1604C and submit the attachments like the 2316s for the employees eligible for substituted filing and the alpha list of employees, which you need to submit directly via USB. Yes, USB. Just be thankful that it's not via CD-ROM like 3 years ago. Anyway, if you need a guide, just reach out to customer care at taxumo.com and they'll be happy to help you.
If you have a registered business, get that business registration going as early as you can. Your LGU probably has a checklist in their website, so that helps a ton. You usually need all the documents they gave you the previous year, which for some unknown bureaucratic reason is not in the database that they should be able to look up in. And a couple of affidavits, usually one attesting to how much revenue you collected, and a few other ones authorizing the person who'll do this for you if you want someone else to do it.
And that's our list. If you think we missed anything for businesses to think of at the start of the year, feel free to comment on the comment section down below. We hope that this has been helpful to you.
If you like this video, help us continue creating more videos like this by clicking on the like button, commenting below, and sharing this video.
This will help our channel greatly with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.